Hi, I'm Yamalite, you're watching Early Game View, and this is my first impressions of Subaeria. The game is developed by Logica Studios, who you might know as developers of another puzzle game, Hitman Go, which was initially released for mobile platforms but recently has made its way to Steam as well. Subaeria has been out for some time, but I only got around to record it now because of some technical issues it had at the start, and some of them remain to that day. So, this game is a roguelite action puzzle game. The target is to clean your gaming debt while evading evil robots who are out to kill you for it. The catch is, you don't have any weapons or equipment to fight them. You have to manipulate those pesky robots into destroying each other. And to help you with this, you have a personal drone. You will find various abilities and power-ups for him that are also limited to manipulating those evil robots. Like say, take over a robot control, or stun a robot, or make a robot go berserk and attack its allies. So in the end it comes down to use the environment and enemies' abilities against them. I wish though they would invest a bit more into player-environment interaction. Currently the only way to affect the surroundings is once again through the enemy robots, which is quite limited. The rooms you have to fight in generally have some boxes and even exploding crates lying around. And while you can indeed use the enemies to blow them up, there's no way to do that yourself. The only thing you can do is push them around. I think it would benefit the game greatly if the developers were to provide a way to manipulate the environment as well, not just manipulate the enemies. The game is set in a pretty cool dystopian underwater world that has a lot of cyberpunky vibes to it. And while the main story is nothing special, the characters, world and dialogues have quite a lot of personality to them. It's possible to unlock 4 playable characters, each with their own storyline as far as I understood. And what's even more unusual for a roguelite game, there are several possible endings for each of the characters depending on your quest decisions. The level layouts are randomly generated, but rooms seem to have a limited number of preset layouts that are reused over the playing time. After several hours of playing the game, I started to recognize quite a lot of repeating rooms. Same goes for the enemy types, there's not that many of them at the moment. Essentially there are 2 types of the enemies, slicing enemies that chase you around and shooting enemies that try to shoot stuff at you. Everything else is pretty much combos of those 2, static turrets that just shoot at you, grenades shooting enemies that once again shoot grenades at you, slicing and shooting enemies that roll around you and try to shoot you at the same time, and so on. There are also several bosses in the game that mix this up a bit, although I found them to take a bit too much time to beat, or maybe I'm just really bad at that. There are several things that are currently stopping me from thoroughly enjoying the game. One is extremely long loading times. It can take up to 2 minutes to load into the game, and that's in a roguelite game where it's quite easy to die. Another one is very unstable frame rate and somewhat glitchy lightning effects. Frame rate can randomly jump from solid 60 FPS in-game to 1 FPS in a cutscene and then back to 60 FPS after the cutscene ends in exactly the same room. This happens for no apparent reason at all, and I wasn't able to figure out how to fix that. And the last one is the absence of any way to save the game. Once you quit mid-game, there's no way to continue from your last point. You'll have to start from the very beginning again, which is a bit frustrating. Hopefully, all of those will get addressed in one of the upcoming patches. All in all, it's a pretty enjoyable little action puzzler for the price. It does require some more technical polish and maybe some thoughts on more meaningful player environment interactions, but it's still in early access, so there's still time to improve it. If this sounds like something up your alley, you can grab the game on Steam Early Access for $13 or your regional equivalent. Thank you for watching, and as always, see you during next update. Bye!